Esports is a form of competitive gaming. It is a way for schools to compete, to play virtually.
On like the first or second day of school, I'm sitting there in the lunchroom eating my lunch, and then I see that there's this announcement on the screens in the lunchroom. And it's something along the lines of, if you want to start a Smash Ultimate Esports team, go see Mr. Shady.
Eli Krob heard on the announcements, and he was happy enough to tell me that we could have an esports team. And I thought to myself, this will never happen. We can try though. And then eventually Lance heard the announcement too and got to talking to us about it. And since then, me, Lance, and Eli have all been working together to figure out how to work the team better.
So then we just kind of extended from there. We've been trying to carry the program in our direction. We were trying to set up like tryouts, stuff like that. We had, I think, under a week, if not earlier, to actually set the entire thing up. And we also soon realized that we needed like a teacher sponsor, which is like pretty much an adult that's through the school. And the person who did that for us was Spencer Smith.
I've been trying to find more stuff to do to be involved at the school, because me being the custodian at night, there's not much. I don't really have too many opportunity to actually help students out like teachers do and everything like that, and that's kind of what I wanted to do.
The first match that we played in specifically our Esports Smash Ultimate team, it was against Central. We lost. I feel like I kind of expected us to lose, if I'm being completely honest. We threw this team together in a week, less than a week. We had no idea what we were doing. So the middle of the season went really well. I think the only two matches that we lost were both to Central, our first match and our final match. Which I think after our losing to Central, that kind of lit a fire inside of us, and it incentivized us to do better. Because there were only, I think, 6 teams in the league at the time, so we knew we wanted to either place first or second. We didn't want to place below second, I think. And that's why we did so well, because we were incentivized to keep working harder. We tried, we researched, we did all this other stuff. And we had more time in between matches, so that was when we really got into it and just learned more about the game. And just, there was a ton of scheduling conflicts.
Another thing that I kind of dislike about it would be the communication with the league and everything. It's hard to communicate because of the fact that we're so spread out, and there isn't actually like a central like, oh, this is our main office area.
Esports is a community of people. Like, most people will think of it as just adults or teens sitting down and playing video games. That's not what it is, in my opinion. It's like a football game, in the sense that it's not just people sitting down and watching the game. That's not all they do. They converse with other people, they be social, they make connections, they have a community. I think that's what esports is. Yes, it's somewhat about the game, obviously. If there was no game, there'd be no esports community. But I think, and this is my opinion and the problem with esports, is it should be about community.
Biggest differences between competitive esports games and like a standard football game is basically it's 2 teams hashing it out on basically whatever you want to call it, their battlefield or the football field or whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. It's basically the same exact concept. It's 2 teams competing in a sport or an activity that they both enjoy playing.
I would say my favorite thing about esports is the community and the way it brings people together. So, even here in a campus with only 1,000 students, we see people from all walks of life, quite a diversity of people in many different facets, even down to what their interests are outside of esports, come together and then be friends and compete together against one another and have fun here in this room, right? We do weekly events where we have open arena. We'll pack this place full of people. There's not a chair left, right? So definitely the community, even going to a LAN event, whether you're going as a spectator to watch a professional event or you're going to participate in a weekly Smash Bros tournament, whatever it might be, the friends you make, the community you make, that's I think the best thing about esports.